The Rangers sweep the Mariners.
Cooper Flag breaks another record.
Let's talk about it after the whistle. We're the Intermission Podcast, a Dallas sports podcast. I'm Fabian, that's Isaiah, and welcome. The Rangers have a very doomer to boomer week, if that's how I'm going to say it. Getting swept by the Cincinnati Reds, a team who I think still has the worst offense in baseball. And then beating the Mariners, a team who made it, won the AL West last year and made it. They made a decent playoff run, didn't they? Had Cal Riley. Did they even? I don't even remember.
I don't
Last
know.
year was so long ago.
The Rangers missed the playoffs. I didn't really hear.
Yeah. But we lost to the Cincinnati Reds all three games. The home series, home opener. And they were pretty rough games. Mackenzie Gore started the first game against them, allowed 3 earned runs through 6 innings pitched, had himself 9 strikeouts. A good performance, no doubt. And then we managed to, we kept pace. We were tied after the 7th, 3-3. And then Chris Martin comes in, lets in 2 runs in the top of the 9th. Same way people were with Robert Garcia. Everyone's ready to throw him into an alligator pit. But our bullpen is at least top 3 in baseball right now. So people need to cool their jets a little bit. Maybe if we weren't winning by 1 or tied only, then we wouldn't need superheroes as closers every time. But we ended up losing that game because Chris Martin is a bad inning for him. We ended up losing after not being able to do anything in the bottom of the 9th. But I mean, that one wasn't the worst performance. We had 8 hits, 3 runs. That was Jock Peterson's first hit of the season. I believe that was this game. Let me make sure it wasn't the next game. It wasn't this game. That happened in the next game, in Game 2 against the Reds. Jock Peterson, no, not Game 2. Game 3 against the Reds. Jock Peterson had his first hit of the season, which was a home run. But even if, nobody got a home run in the second game. We got shut out 2-0. Only had 4 hits. And also a lot of their scoring. Well, their scoring came in the first inning. But all of their scoring came in the first inning because we lost 2-0. Which Kumar Rocker, who had a great start, honestly. 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. He only had 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And he pitched really great. That first inning, we had an error. And eventually, that allowed 2 runs to come in. Both count as earned runs. But Kumar Rocker and the rest of the bullpen, they did their job. That was a good start for Kumar Rocker. I want to see him on the mound a lot more. I really like Kumar Rocker. Can't really say why. But I really want to see him on the mound constantly in the rotation. Because I think I think he's going to have a season, okay?
He's a good Ranger.
He is, okay? He's, because he's, been considered, the 6th man in that starting rotation. If someone gets injured, we have a good guy to take the spot. But I really, really like Kumar Rocker. I think he's up there. I think he's going to have a breakout season. I think Leiter will too, but I think Kumar Rocker's step forward is going to be even bigger than Leiter's, if I'm being honest. And that's just me having a gut feeling. There's nothing to back this up. So, other than, I don't know. I think he had a good end to last season. And his good games, I think, were better than Leiter's good games last season. But anyway, we lose the 3rd game against the Reds 2-1. Jock Peterson's home run, the only score of the game. That happened in the 7th. Only had 6 hits in that game. Another great start, this time from Leiter, who threw 5 innings, only allowed 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts. Continues to pitch well after his first start, where he had, I believe, also 9 strikeouts. But And then ultimately the loss goes to Garcia, who in the 8th inning allowed a run off of a couple of singles there. So a couple of walks and then a single, rather, from Ellie De La Cruz. And we ended up losing that game 2-1. So tough scenes from Robert Garcia and Chris Martin in this series. We do, again, it was a thing I talked about before season. We need to find our actual super great closer, because it is something we haven't had the last 2 seasons, even when our pitching's been so great. But then guess what? Seattle comes to town, AL West opponent, and despite Jacob deGrom giving up a home run to Cal Raleigh in the first inning, his first home run of the season, by the way. But despite that, the rest of the game goes flawlessly. They only get one more hit. I believe both hits came from Cal Raleigh. Let me double check that. No, never mind. The other one was Randy Rosarena. But they only get 2 hits all game. Jacob deGrom goes 5 innings pitched, only allowing that 1 home run from Cal Raleigh, 6 strikeouts. Great performance from him. Great performance from the bullpen. Jacob Junis comes in, gets that save because we only did win 2-1. That's just a couple of platoon innings with a Seager RBI in the bottom of the first, and then Jake Berger hitting a nice hit, I should say, to bring Corey Seager in the bottom of the 6th. But our pitching was so great, didn't matter. We only scored 2 runs. Good stuff from the pitching, from the defense. But I'll get back on that. Game 2, kind of the same story. In the first inning, Seattle goes up early. Evaldi goes 6 innings pitched, allows 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. Good performance from him as well. Gets pulled after the 6th inning, and our bullpen comes in to do the job. Jacob Junis also closes out this game. So in this series against Seattle, did a great job closing. And Higashioka, bottom of the 5th, we score all 3 of our runs. Evan Carter gets himself an RBI before being brought in by Higashioka, 2-run home run. It was a nice hit from Higgy. Big needed, because that was pretty much the only inning we had any offense going. So much needed. We ended up winning that game 3-2. Again, our bullpen did a great job. Didn't allow a single run. Chris Martin had, I believe it was that game. If not, it was the 3rd game. But 3 of 3 down, pretty inning. And then I believe it's our our first shutout of this season. We beat Seattle 3-0. That's with Mackenzie Gore starting. 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 9 strikeouts. This time Cole Winn is the one that comes in the 9th inning. Does a good job there as well as the rest of our bullpen, obviously. In this game, same kind of story. We only had 6 hits. All of our offense came in the bottom of the 5th.
Should we pause?
Why? It is lagging really bad. We're going to pause for just a moment. Sorry about that. We were having some video issues. The audio is fine, though, so we're just going to keep on rolling. Like I said, the same sort of story in that last game against the Mariners. All our offense coming in 1 inning, where we had a handful of singles with a RBI from Brandon Nimmo off of what was really an error. Yeah, it was an error. There's no way about it. It was an error. But it was likely, I mean, he forced a play. They tried to get the out at home and didn't get it. So that Danny Jansen and Josh Smith scored. Then Corey Seager hit a sacrifice fly to extend that lead. And I don't know if we had another hit for the rest of the game. But Brandon Nimmo had half of our offense. He had 3 of the 6 hits, I believe. Or maybe he only had 2 hits because it was a fielder's choice. He had 2 hits, and then those RBIs that were really fielder's choice errors. You know, he did good. Okay, Brandon Nimmo, he's doing good. But yeah, these last 2 series, if you remember last week, I was like, hey, our offense don't look too bad. This week, our offense looked pretty bad. And again, it's a good against good pitching stats, because even though Cincinnati has the worst offense in baseball, they have an 8-5 record. They've had good games against other teams as well, not just us. They got good pitching. Seattle Mariners also have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. So it's not like a death sentence that our offense was weak this week,
Yeah.
but a little bit more action would be nice. Well, just like 6 games in a row of, I think the most hits we had in this week was when we had an 8-hit game. That first hit game against the Cincinnati was an 8-hit game. But after that, 7, and then a couple 6s, and then we had 2 losses where we had 3, I think. So, not great. And then we are still going deeper into counts. I do like that. And that's about all I got super positive to say. We still have a lot of struggling people. Josh Smith is still struggling. Corey Seager's struggling quite a bit also. He's had some moments, but he's also struggling. Josh Young got himself a couple hits, I think, this week, but he's still not doing great. But the pieces that were doing good last week still did pretty good this week. We're still pieces, especially in our series against Seattle. Brandon Nimmo, Jake Berger especially did well. Did pretty well this week. Ezekiel Duran had himself a couple of hits. But yeah, as a whole, White Langford's still lagging behind. He's batting second in the lineup right now. Hasn't done a great job there. So, as a whole, our offense still really needs to find its footing. So it's definitely gotta find that. But yeah, definitely gotta find that. But great pitching. Like, beyond amazing levels of pitching, because really, I mean, especially this last week made it extra apparent than it already was that our pitching is so dang good. We are 5th in ERA, top 5 pretty much in pitching categories, and our bullpen again is rated higher than our starters even. So really great pitching. So that's one great thing to be positive about. And then obviously, or not obviously, but Evaldi got himself his first win of the season with his good performance in that second game against Seattle. So big thing for him after he had his first 2 games were not amazing. They weren't terrible, but they weren't amazing. Had himself a good game there. So that's good to see. Evaldi came back on track getting that win. And Mackenzie Gore continues to be a great force for the Rangers. Good pickup right there. But time to get extra scary, as we're gonna go up against the number 1 team in pretty much everything. This next series, we're going to LA to play the Dodgers, who are number 1 in batting average, on base percentage, runs, home runs, slugging. Top 5 in batting average against, only 6 in walks plus hits per innings pitched. We're a little better than them in most of the pitching categories, but their offense is obviously way better than any offense we've faced so far this season. And again, these last 2 series were against struggling offense. Again, Cincy is at least bottom 3 offense right now, if not the worst. I'm pretty sure they're the worst offense right now, stats wise. And then Seattle struggled a lot to start the season. This is sort of what I said before those series. That's not the case with the Dodgers. Dodgers already have 21 home runs, freaking 75 runs total. They are a powerhouse offensively. I mean, they're a powerhouse in general. Obviously, they spend $800 billion on their roster, so of course they're going to be a powerhouse. But, I mean, they're lethal. They're 9-3 right now. But that being said, they're 9-3. I think. Yeah, they're 9-3. I don't know where that thought was going. But our pitching is so good, I believe, But our pitching is good enough that if we just have a little bit of that freaking offense gets going a little bit against a good Dodgers pitching staff as well. But if our offense can get going a little bit, we shouldn't get swept because of how good our pitching is the reality of it. Just because of how good our pitching is, we shouldn't get swept, and we have a chance to win the series. But these are going to be late games, obviously, playing in LA. So, freaking Friday game is at 9. That's crazy.
Sunday game's at 3.
Yeah. Expected pitchers. Who's expected to start? Where's our rotation? Mackenzie Gore just pitched.
Rocker?
So yeah, should be Rocker and then Leiter and then DeGrom, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Rocker, Leiter, and then DeGrom. But DeGrom is questionable. His start is questionable as he's having some soreness or some tightness. So he may miss his start and it'll be Lats instead, just like his first start of the season. And I mean, especially early on in the season, be preventative with that. I think it's perfectly fine. Plus, Lats has had great starts when he started. So, but yeah, so we have Rocker, Leiter, Lats coming up, or Rocker, Leiter, DeGrom. We'll see if they. It's gonna be a tough series. It is.
Yeah.
But I think we have every chance to win it. I don't expect us to sweep, but I also expect us at least to not get swept. We should not get swept with how good our pitching is. And then we'll go to the Athletics. Back to the top lineup. Evaldi, Gore, and then back to Rocker or Leiter. Excuse me. Sorry. And then that's actually a 4-game series. So against the Athletics in Sacramento. But dude, I completely lost my thought with that cough. That should be a much easier series. Obviously, the A's playing in the minor league ballpark, they're struggling to start the season. Dead last in a lot of pitching categories, or at least bottom 5. So, and then their offense isn't doing particularly great either. So I expect us to honestly win at least 3 of those games if we want to be where we want to be. Obviously, it's a divisional opponent, so who knows? Maybe they'll put up a bit more of a fight, but we better win at least 3 of those games against the A's. I don't want to split that series at all. But we are officially in the lead of the AL West as it stands. We are 7-5. Houston and the only team with a winning record, as Houston and LA are tied for second with a 6-7 record. So technically the only team with a winning record in the AL West, in lead of the AL West, but we'll see how going up against the Dodgers affects that. This is going to be a big prove it statement series, honestly. To start the season, we'll see how great our pitching is, and whether or not our offense is truly something to laugh at or can be decent enough. So again, that's all it needs to be. With how good our pitching is, all our offense needs to be is decent. So we'll see. It's a big statement series against the Dodgers coming up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In other Rangers news, they officially unveiled their City Connect uniforms, even though they were leaked a couple, I want to say almost a month ago, but at least 2-3 weeks ago. They're pretty nice. When I was looking at them at first, I thought maybe too much red. I don't like the red text on a red shirt is a little strange, but then I kind of saw it printed actually, and it looked okay. I still think maybe a different color would be better. Just just something to break it up. It's just red and white, like one tertiary color maybe, but it's not bad at all. I do prefer the Peagles, the black and white Eagles jersey, but it's not a bad jersey. Nice hats. Yeah. I think that's what I got for the Rangers. Yeah, I think that's what I got for the Rangers.
Right. Oh, you go for the Rangers?
I believe so. I believe so. What do you got for me?
It's pretty. We can just go over this.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Mavericks. We all know the Mavericks aren't going to the playoffs. This season was just a tanking season.
Yeah.
But we do got some pretty interesting games to talk about. Or just a player to talk about.
Yeah.
And that being Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag, again, making history, being the only teenager to score 50-plus points.
Mm-hmm.
And that game happened last Friday against the Lakers. And surprisingly, the Mavericks ended up winning 134-128. A huge part of that win is because I believe just Luka was hurt. Maybe Austin Reeves, I think. I think both of them were hurt. Yeah. But Cooper Flag ended up taking that game over, scoring 51 points.
Yeah.
Wait, no, not the Lakers.
No, that was the
Magic.
Yeah. That was 45.
Magic. It was the Magic.
Yeah.
So sorry about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was still good or amazing to see that Cooper Flag scored 51 points.
Mm-hmm.
But that Laker game was the next game that Cooper Flag had a pretty good game.
Yep.
That was that Sunday. Yeah. The Easter Sunday, that's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
They went against the Lakers. Cooper Flag followed that 51-point game up with a 45-point game.
Yeah, and he's this close, one to a double-double, but to a triple-double, dude. He had 9 assists and 8 rebounds. He was right there. But yeah, I mean, obviously still a great performance.
Yeah, he became the first teenager. Oh, wait, I just said that.
Yeah.
Say it again. First teenager to score 50-plus points. And his new career high now is 51 points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but the Mavericks still, at this point of the season, this is all we have to talk about.
Yeah.
At least all I have to talk about. The Mavericks season killed me as a Mavericks fan. I am sad. But the Mavericks really only got 2 games left this season, and that's tonight. That's tonight against the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio. And would you be surprised that I'd say the Mavericks lose that game?
No.
I wouldn't either.
Less losses than we have wins. So
that San Antonio game will be a loss. Unless San Antonio tries to rest their players for the playoffs. Then it might be a good game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But the final game of the season comes Sunday in Dallas versus the Chicago Bulls. And just for it being the last game, I really kind of hope the Mavericks do try to win. And Cooper Flag tries to make the best of these games. Because I'm pretty sure with the 51-point game and 45-point game, he's
back in that conversation, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Still not favored, but hopefully that gives him like at least
something.
That little inch closer. But I think this definitely rides on these last two games of the season, especially with how people said he kind of choked against the Suns. Which I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really watch the Suns game, but the highlights that I've seen, I don't really think he choked unless it really came down to Cooper Flag in the last few seconds.
Right.
Oh well, I guess the other game we can talk about was the Mavs almost comeback win
against the Clippers. Yeah.
What an embarrassing start, though.
Terrible. I think we said 23-0.
Yeah, it was like 23-0, and then I check again. It was like 32-13.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, That was a horrible start. I did not want to look at the updates again.
Mm-mm.
But then the Mavericks clawed their way up. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Cooper Flag was leading the way for the first half with the help of Marvin Bagley. But the Mavericks ended up losing that game 116-103. And that is where I'm going to say that was the Mavericks the whole season. Toward the end of the game,
Mm-hmm.
it looked like they were tired and they were just trying to shoot threes to extend the lead or tie. And I don't really like that, especially in late game situations.
Yeah.
I mean, that went from I hate being a Mavs fan to okay, this is gonna be a good game to
Hate being a Mavs.
well, I guess not really hate, but I
Yeah.
guess this is what being a Mavs fan feels like.
This is my reality.
This all we got is Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this season was over halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew it. I was kind of hopeful that the Mavericks could turn it around. I was wrong
Yeah.
again. Well, I guess also I should say they did lose against the Suns 112-107.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, that's really it for this week of the Mavericks. I mean, I know we're tired of hearing the Mavericks same problems,
Yeah.
but hopefully they'll be able to fix that with a good player that they draft. And I guess we'll talk about the draft once the season fully comes to a close for the Mavericks.
Yeah. Right now with our 2 wins against the Magic and Lakers, we have a chance. If we win one of the next 2 games and the Grizzlies don't, we'll drop to 8th worst instead of 7th worst in the league. So we'd end up getting a worse lottery position.
Well, they lost against the Magic.
Who?
The Mavericks.
Who did Cooper Flag score 50 against? Who made?
The Magic. I guess I didn't really say the score, huh?
Oh yeah, we lost against
Yeah.
with the win against the Lakers.
My bet on that. I didn't really say the score.
You're good. I just was like, we had to. Yeah, we lost that game. Huh?
See, that's what I would have thought too, right? Seeing Cooper Flag scoring 51 points and then lose 138-127.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, I completely forgot about it because I was like, oh, cool. No, yeah, we lost that.
See,
but with the,
and that's how it also is being a Mavs fan.
yeah. With the win against the Lakers, at least we're now have an even record with the Grizzlies. They're still ahead of better than us on some tiebreaker, whatever it is. But again, if we win one of the last 2 games and the Grizzlies don't win any of their remaining games, then we'll go to 8th worst in the league and have worse lottery odds. But if that matters to you, I'd still like to see some good games from the boys. But
Yeah, we're still going to see them. Much like we've been saying, these games, even though they're tanking, have been pretty entertaining in a way to watch.
mm-hmm.
I mean, just look at that 51-point game that they definitely should have won.
Telling me that wasn't fun? I completely forgot we lost that game.
See? This is how it feels like being a Mavericks fan.
That's how it feels to chew 5 gum.
Especially for the second year in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the Mavericks.
Yeah, pretty nice and sweet, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to I guess, a better team
The polar opposite energy.
that I cannot wait for the playoffs to start.
Yeah. The Dallas Stars, our hockey boys. If you gone to any sporting event in the DFW area over the last couple months, you hear their name twice in every anthem. They were loud at the Rangers home games, dude.
Really?
Yeah, my sister went to. She's gone to 2 games now this season. Freaking piece of trash. Uh, but no, they've been loud in the anthems. I love it. It's just becoming a
Stars.
Texas thing. Oh, I love it. But yeah, the Stars who, it's official that now that we're playing the Minnesota Wild in the first round of the playoffs. We still don't know who's going to be the 2 or 3 seed. But this week we took a step forward and hopefully bettering our chances in securing that 2 seed. But it started off rough. We lost to the Avalanche 2-0. It was a really good game though. That happened this week, right? Not last week. Either way, we lost the Avalanche 2-0. It was a really good game. That was last week. We only had 2 games this week. But that happened. No, that was this week. We lost the Avalanche 2-0. It was a really good game. It was really, we lost 1-0 and then they got an empty netter. We just couldn't get anything past Scott Wedgwood. Literally the best goalie in hockey right now. And this was a Casey DeSmith game. He had a great performance as well. Both defenses played really well. When the offenses had their chances, they shot pretty lethally, and there was good saves. Even though there was no huge number of shots on goal for either team, the Avs had 21-20 with Casey DeSmith in goal. Sorry for any background noise. We had 17 shots on goal. I will say the one rough part, I think, is our power plays. We did a good job on the penalty kill as well. The Avs had a power play, didn't do much on it. But we had 2 power plays in this game. I think we only had 2 or 3 shots on goal in both of them combined. So our power plays were not pretty in that game against the Avalanche. Obviously, they're also one of the best penalty kills in hockey, but we're supposed to be one of the best power plays in hockey. So I want to look better than that. At least have more shots on goal. But end up losing that game 2-0. Tough loss. Then we play Calgary. And we scored first. Ritzy has scored 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. It was a pretty nice goal. And then the Flames scored 3 unanswered, scoring their third at the start of the third on a power play goal. Then Johnson and Robo are able to score 2 to tie it up, and Johnson ends up scoring on a power play in overtime after Robertson got assaulted on the ice with a stick. It was pretty bad. Got just straight up hit in the face. We ended up going on power play for 4 minutes because of that, and Wyatt Johnson ends up putting one in net. It was a pretty messy goal. Puck was just everywhere, but Wyatt Johnson got it to the back of the net. Gets his, what I believe is his 43rd goal of the season. So that was good. This game was okay. There was some good stuff about it, some bad stuff about it. We went 1 for 5 on the power play. That was again, same thing. A little more that with 5 power plays, I want more shots on goal than 25. But we had some lethal shots as well on some of those power plays. Ended up winning on that last power play, but I want more shots on goal than that with the 5 power plays.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's been a conversation for the past few weeks. Really since the start of the season.
It's a conversation we're having. But again, you look at the numbers, and we have a top 3 power play in hockey throughout the entire season. So it's hard to like I feel kind of weird about it, but at the same time, it's like something's working. Even if it looks gross to me, something's working, I guess. Wyatt Johnston's working, I guess. He's got freaking 28 power play goals.
Yeah, it probably makes more sense to us. Like, the more shots you take, some of them have got to make it.
Well, it's like a lack of urgency that I see. That's my big issue with it. It's like a lack of urgency. But at the same time, it's that thing where it's like we have the Robertson or Johnson on the ice the entire power play. Yeah. Which I know that they're good shots. And maybe hopefully it'll start happening less now that Miko's back in the rotation, and once Hintz gets back in the rotation at the start of in the first round of the playoffs, it should be. It'll happen less since we'll have more serious like shooter threats that they won't be on the ice the whole time.
Yeah, rotational shooters.
Yes. But I don't know. I just don't like having one guy out there for the whole power. That's just not how it's supposed to be for me. And when I see it, I feel like it goes wrong. It's like this isn't. It doesn't feel right. But again, I mean, we technically, statistically, have one of the best power plays in hockey. So, potatoes and oranges. If you want to know what that means, so do I. It's just if it works, it works, I guess. But I'd like it to work even better. I'm greedy like that. Yeah. But we end up winning against the Flames. Get some crucial points there. And then we played Minnesota Wild on Thursday. At home, I believe. We were home. Yes, at home. We played the Minnesota Wild in the first round preview. And this game also went awry for a little bit. We scored one early, kind of the same way, actually. Scored one early, 4 minutes and 20 seconds instead of 4 minutes 30. Wyatt Johnston gets his 44th goal of the season. And then the Wild score 3 unanswered. Then Blackwell and Cameron Hughes with his first goal of his NHL career. He's been playing for a while now, but he gets his first goal of his career. It was a nice play. But they tie it up. The Wild go back up in the last minute of the second period on a power play. And then in the third, Mikko Rantanen's able to tie it up. And then Johnston, 10 minutes, 35 seconds into the third period, is able to get the game-winning goal. The goals we scored this game were pretty. But again, same sort of thing. We had one power play. Sorry, that's what I was gonna play. I got it mixed up. We gave up 5 power plays. Let them score on 3 of them. Can't be taking them into penalties, especially against a good team like the Wild. I mean, that's the reason they were leading this game for so long. 3 goals on 5 power plays. You can't be giving a good team like the Wild that many power plays. And then we had 1 power play and didn't score on any of them. Same thing also, because of all those power plays, we got outshot 31-20. You can't really blame them for being outshot. We've given up so many power plays, but you can blame them for the power plays. That's for sure. Good amount of blocked shots from us. In net was Otter. Not a terrible game. Not a great game. Had some saves. Let in some pucks. 3 of them were on power play, What are you going to do? 3 of 4 goals are on power. You can't give up that many power plays. But also our penalty kill is supposed to be better than that. It's got to be, especially against good teams, it's got to be better than that on penalty kill. And it's a 600 success rate, That's too much. Too much. Obviously, again, also a great team. We're supposed to be better. We expect to be the best team this season. We want to be the boys lifting up the cup. Can't play sloppy like that against good teams, especially.
Yeah.
But we end up managing to win this game. Jaber Robinson's, Jason Robertson's goal. So good job winning. Again, is a big win for us trying to secure that second seed to have home ice advantage in the first round of playoffs against the Wild. Get those first 2 home games and take an early lead, hopefully. Especially, again, we were a lot better at home as the Stars have been the last millennium, last 20 years. We have 3 regular season games left against the New York Rangers, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Buffalo Sabres. That is a non-playoff team 2 non-playoff teams and a playoff team. Sabres are a good team. That's going to be a good game, I think. Great game to end the season. I think they're also sort of trying to secure their better placement in the playoffs. So, yeah, they're trying to secure the number 1 seed in the Atlantic. So, I'm sure they still will be. So that's going to be a good game against the Sabres. And then, it's going to be a good game against the Rangers and Toronto as well. So I expect to win those. And well, it's not like what's the word I'm looking for? I think we should win against the Sabres as well. Yeah, I think we should win against every team, pretty much. But I think we should win against the Sabres, but it's more of a actual big competition. And if we're secured in the number 2 seed, if we do win against the Rangers and Maple Leafs, there's a chance we don't even start our starters in that game against the Sabres.
Yeah.
Or don't play them for significant minutes at least. So we'll see. But the Stars are locked in. We know who our first round opponent's going to be. It's going to be the Minnesota Wild. We just beat, and who we've beat in most of the games we played against this season. I'm pretty sure we won that series. Yeah, I'm almost certain. So
still wouldn't take them for granted though.
No, absolutely not.
This game was
this game.
close.
I for a minute there, I was like, oh shoot, we suck.
Yeah. Well, like you said too. The preview for the first round, so I'm thinking maybe they played the way they did to maybe see where the Wild's good at. To maybe
we've played them a handful of times this season.
Yeah.
Well,
especially around this part of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe. But also the Wild could be doing the same thing too. So
yeah. We're familiar with the Wild. We're familiar with them in the playoffs. Obviously, new head coach. But
yeah, got to make it past the.
Yeah, we're making it to the Cup. What do you mean? But yeah, this is going to be a tough first round. Definitely want to try to secure that home ice advantage. And I want to see I kind of want to see domination at least against one of the Rangers or Toronto. Rangers is going to be our last home game. Kind of want to see domination. It'd be a nice way to end our last home game of the season. Should be fan appreciation night. Last regular season of the game. Home regular season game. So I would love to see some domination in at least one of these games, but hopefully preferably that Rangers game. We need one of those in our last 3, I think, to have the real good vibes going. Get one of the domination games.
Yeah, to at least feel good about going into the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Much like the Olympic break.
Yeah.
I guess not really much like it, but we wanted to end off good before the break. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We did end off good before the Olympic. The last 2 or 3 games. Yeah. Yeah, so kind of similar to that. But heck yeah. Let's go Stars. Stars fans are not dead fans.
What?
Like the Mavericks.
Oh. No, we're alive and kicking. Right? I was so confused, dude. Let's go.
I'm ready for the playoffs.
So am I, dude.
This is going to be exciting.
I'm excited. I'm ready to
I'm ready to watch stressfully.
Yeah, I'm ready to be tearing my hair out. Yeah. That's the Stars. Got this last week before the playoffs. Again, I think it'll be a good one.
It should be an entertaining week.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm clapping.
Let's talk about the Dallas Renegades.
The Dallas Renegades. What a good football team.
Yeah.
The most dominant team right now, I'd say. At least offensively
XFL,
and defensively.
Or the UFL?
Absolutely. Yeah, the UFL.
Absolutely. I believe we're number 1 in the power rankings after we shellacked the Gamblers and then beat the Battlehawks pretty good.
The Renegades beat the St. Louis Battlehawks 31-15 on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everything good we said last week about the Renegades can be said right now.
Yeah.
Austin Reed looked pretty good. I feel like he was taking more risky throws though.
Yeah, I agree. He had some more. Last week I sort of praised him. I think he didn't really have like any. Maybe he had one like really bad decision. Maybe he had some rough throws or some incompletions, but like a bad decision wasn't too many. He had like 3 or 4 bad decisions. One of them which led to a pick, and at least one other one that really should have been a pick.
Yeah. Well, he had 2 that should have been picks, but St. Louis just doesn't have hands.
Yeah, on either side of the ball. Yeah. So he had some bad decisions this game.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Austin Reed, he's leading the UFL in passing yards. I believe it was passing yards.
Yeah.
And look, we got some records right here. Austin Reed and Tyler Vaughns. Mm-hmm. Tyler Vaughns has the record for single game receptions for 11, single game touchdown receptions for 3, and Austin Reed single game touchdown passes for 4. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, definitely. I mean, our offense has been pretty lethal. Our passing offense, I should say again.
Oh yeah.
Our running offense, our running game is still pretty weak, but I don't think anyone's run game is super lethal in the league right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Comments. But it's just the offensive line isn't to the same level of quality of run blocking as the NFL. So as a whole, the running offense is just weaker across the league. But there are definitely teams with better running games than ours. But
I guess like the run game isn't that good, but when
our running backs are getting a decent amount of receptions.
They're getting a good amount of runs, and like they'll have really good runs where they'll put the team in a good field position. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like we said, it's not all the time.
Yeah.
But they get enough touches. They do perform pretty well.
Yeah.
We got the best team in the league.
I think did we only have 1 pick this week, or do we have 2 again this week?
I think it was 1.
Okay.
I think. Oh wait, no, 2.
We had 2.
That
was on a 2-point though.
Well, right. No, it's still 2 because it came in garbage time when St. Louis tried to score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They tried to score the last minute touchdown and Battlehawks threw it and we intercepted it, and that was the end of the game.
Right. I think you're right. So I believe we got 2 more interceptions this week. Match last week. We got what I'm pretty sure was our first sack of the season late in that game as well, which was a pretty big sack. Got rid of a lot of time.
I do want to say that was the first sack.
Pretty sure. I don't think we had a single sack the first game. Our kicker continues to be off and on. He missed. Yeah. We didn't even realize he missed the PAT, but he missed the PAT after our first touchdown, and then donked. Is that the word? Doinked. Like I want to say a 35-yarder, 45-yarder.
Yeah,
a makeable field goal. I mean, he had the distance, is just doinked off the right post.
Yeah, even one of his kicks. He looked like it was pretty close, but he kicked it. It looked like he kicked it like way too high.
Yes, and then barely crossed the crossbar. Yes, the first field goal of that game. He might have only had one in that game. That was good, but it was in the air for so long that I lost it. I thought it was blocked. I thought it was blocked. I was over here looking for it on the ground, and then it's still like 5 seconds later, and then people cheered. I was like, "Oh, that went in." No, it was
It was just
it was like it looked like a punt.
yeah.
It was kind of weird. Yeah, our kicker's been a little inconsistent. That's for sure. And again, I still say that's maybe one of our weaker points is our special teams because our punter's not great either. Even though he hasn't had to punt too much this season, but like the kickoffs haven't looked pretty. Receiving or kicking, they had a pretty good return on the. Even though we didn't give a touchdown this week, they still had like a good, one really strong return where they got to like their own 35.
And that's where the defense is so dominated because
yeah,
they didn't let the Battlehawks get their first touchdown until like 3 quarters in.
I think they got one in the second.
In the second?
I could be wrong, but I think they got one in the second.
I don't know. I think it was 3 quarters in, just because the Battlehawks at one point were at the 1 yard line, and then, because the Battlehawks false start, they had to back up, and even then they're at the 5, and our defense was still able to hold them to a field goal.
Yeah. You might be right. But yeah, I would say maybe our special teams is our the weakest part of our team.
Special teams, running game.
Yeah, I'd say special teams. I mean, our run game, like you say, they've had like one good run a game where it was like, hey, that was pretty dang good. And then again, they've been good check down options for Reed, both the running backs. But our special teams, they gave up that touchdown and a couple other good returns in that first game. And then in this game, a pretty good return. And then our returners haven't really done anything special. Like at all. So.
Yeah, but that's when you get Austin Reed and Tyler Vaughn.
Yeah.
Renegades will definitely make it at the other end.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna fully start expecting teams to see that and bring the pressure. Because when Battlehawks did bring the pressure, they were like that close to getting a sack.
Yeah, that's when Reed made more mistakes. When they sent a couple more guys, and there was a couple bad throws, bad decisions. So definitely gotta watch that. Get him working well under pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, our cornerbacks were pretty good.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I think you might be right. They did score in the first half. Because I remember saying that I feel like our cornerback was too small for the Battlehawks receiver.
Yeah, for his matchup.
Yeah. That was a pretty touchdown, though, from the Battlehawks, actually.
Well, it wasn't the pass. They were at the 2 yard line.
Oh, yeah, that was the...
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm thinking about Vaughn's touchdown.
Yeah, that was pretty, too.
Yeah.
But they were pretty similar, but the Battlehawks one wasn't a touchdown. But I'm pretty sure they still scored a touchdown on that drive. I don't know, bro.
It happened Tuesday. I gotta watch the highlights.
Yeah. I was like, we went to the game. I know what happened. I guess not.
Yeah, we were at the game. The Renegades were beating the Battlehawks so bad, I was just sitting there like this, waiting for the game to end.
Yeah, we said we were gonna wear the hat and shirt we got at the game, and we did not.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Next week, I promise.
Yeah, I'll wear my hat. He'll wear his shirt.
I pinky promise.
But I mean, yeah, it was a pretty good game. The stadium, I mean, Toyota Stadium's nice.
Like a perfect size stadium for a UFL team.
Yeah, honestly. I thought there would be just a little. I mean, it was a Tuesday game though.
Yeah.
I think I didn't realize that. My brain was like, there's supposed to be people here. There's still a decent amount of people for a Tuesday game.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing too. A bunch of people saying Dallas shouldn't have a UFL team because nobody supports.
Wrong.
Yeah, nobody supports him, and that was the argument. The whole argument was you had nobody at the game.
Yeah.
And then people defending the Renegades were like, it was a Tuesday game. Yeah. Nobody's gonna be working on a Tuesday to go to a game on the weekday.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Fabian said, it was a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, honestly, thinking about it, for Tuesday, I think it was a pretty decent amount of people. The vibes were chill. The vibe, like the actual state vibes were pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, a decent amount of St. Louis fans too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They traveled pretty good. We saw some Missouri plates.
In
One
your
thing,
face.
maybe I would complain about is, well, one, the ref's mic kept messing up, but that's not really a venue thing. But they had the cameraman that moves on the sideline because right now, because the stadium's under construction, only one side has the seating, and they had the cameraman that moves on the sideline on the side with the seating. You have him on the other side, and he's not going to disturb anyone's views. You still get a good game, and then you can get, maybe they try not to show that the stadium was a little empty. I don't know, but he got in the way, like, not too often, or not really often at all, but like 1 or 2 plays. I was like, I can see this camera guy's back.
Yeah, those 1 or 2 plays you really had to like stand up and.
Yeah. The food was okay. Yeah.
I would go to another Renegade game.
Definitely. It was chill. There's 3 more home games.
Yeah, that's the only thing I kind of wish though. I wish that the home games weren't so like back to back. Maybe the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe like a home game, away, home.
Yeah. But it's to limit travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess if it is to limit travel, they should have all the home games at the end of the season.
Well, some of the teams have to have them at the start. I mean, I expect that if we keep playing as well as we are, that 5th home game is going to have a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, of course.
Just because people will be like, oh, shoot, they're winning? Like, just like pretty much the XFL season where we somehow managed to sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, and the UFL got new teams.
Yeah.
The 2 new teams. Yeah. But the Renegades should definitely still be on a roll because the next game, they play the Aviators on Sunday at 11, and the Aviators are 0-2.
We should beat them.
Should dominate them.
Yeah.
I think this... I haven't seen any Aviator games or any highlights, so I'm just going based off the record. So 0-2, I'm fully expecting Austin Reed to have the game of his life again. Tyler Vaughn's to have a really good game.
Yeah.
And the run game to actually do some have some decent runs.
Yeah, I expect our team to continue being efficient. Our secondary's been killing it. Our offense has been killing it. Air raid style. I want to see more. I'm excited to see more.
Yeah. But it also is still home games. The big problem I had last season was
we were a lot better at home.
Yeah, a whole lot better at home. We were undefeated, maybe just 1 loss at home. And then our road games brought us way down.
Yeah.
We were like 4-0 or 3-1 and then went 4-4. Well, how many games they play?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad the Renegades are dominating. I just hope they continue to dominate once they hit their road game part of the season.
Yeah.
And that'll definitely be something cool to watch. Is that it? Is that all we got for Renegades?
That's all we got on the Renegades. Tune in Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday.
I'll be watching the game.
Definitely.
I'll be watching the game. Then going to I'm not going, but yeah, watching the Renegades. I'm gonna watch the Mavericks. And then watch the Rangers.
Yeah.
And if Fabian's completely wrong about the Rangers, I'm gonna turn the TV off.
That's what we were doing. That's what we were doing on Tuesday, actually.
Yeah.
We were at the Renegade. We were at Toyota Stadium, and we had the Rangers and
And the Stars.
and the Stars. And then at the end, on the drive home, we were watching the Mavericks. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a day the Mavericks ruined everybody's vibe because all Dallas teams won
Yeah,
except the Mavericks.
except for the Mavericks.
I guess they get pity points for not getting blown out.
After starting that way. Yeah. Other news? Other news. The Dallas Wings had some action this week. We signed a couple players to
fill in
new contracts.
To fill in the gaps.
Well, it was just players that were already on our team.
Maybe because I haven't.
Yeah, we signed them to longer contracts. We re-signed Lee Yeru.
Yahoo!
Yeah. I don't know if that's okay.
I think it's.
And
Fabian.
was it? Who else did we re-sign?
It was Grace Berger.
Grace Berger. Yeah. So we signed them.
Sister of Berger from the Rangers.
No. Not even spelled the same.
It just sounds the same.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the Wings also had a trade. I believe this just happened it happened yesterday or Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday, I believe. Yeah, Thursday. Trade came out. We traded Diamond Miller for Rhea Marshall from the Connecticut Sun.
Yeah, that's weird. You want to say Suns, right? But they're called Connecticut Sun.
Yeah.
But we also said goodbye to 2 players.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's also true. I completely forgot about that. The big names we said goodbye to
were Haley Jones and Louisa
Geisel. I thought I had it. I thought I was about to show you up, and then I messed it up. Yeah. We lose both of them. Both drafted by Portland in the expansion draft.
Yeah.
Which
it was weird because I could have sworn I read it was only one player could go to each team.
Yeah, from our understanding of the rules, we were like, oh, so you can't sign multiple players from one team or draft them.
Yeah.
I guess we were wrong. We didn't understand the rules, so. But
sorry, in WNBA.
Yeah. Our fault. But yeah, tough to see those guys go. Obviously, really good players. That's why they were drafted.
Tough to see those women go.
Yeah, those women go. Those gals go. You're dumb. But tough to see them go. Obviously, both good players. That's why they were drafted in the expansion draft.
Yeah, especially because it felt like they were finding their footing with this team.
Yeah.
Toward the middle and end of the season.
Yeah, I think Geisel Slaughter was one of the players we were more like, hey, they're like one of the people we were hyping up as like a bright spot on our awful team last season.
I think it was good defensive presence and really good rebounder.
Yeah, so definitely, especially her, we were like, oof. But yeah. So a couple of losses for the Wings there, but we march on towards the college draft, which is this week, if I'm not mistaken. What day is it? Or is it next week? It's in one of the next 2 weeks. My brain wants to say it's the 14th, but I might be wrong.
Monday, April 13th.
13th. So yeah, it's coming up this week. Fudd, I believe, is the expected draft pick at number 1 overall. I believe that's her name.
Fudge?
Fudd.
Oh, Fud.
Is that not her name? Am I making up a name right now?
No, I don't know. You said Fud, and I just, for some reason, heard Fudge.
That's her name, right? Now I'm paranoid that I'm making someone up. Yeah, Fudd. Come on. It's between her or her and I don't know. There's no for certain, but Fudd's one of the names that I've heard being thrown around. There's a couple other names as well. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, that's.
I mean, we should be shocked whoever comes first pick. Dallas Wings also have the first pick.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying this.
Yeah, but I'm still saying there's not really, like you said, there's not really a clear number 1 pick. So
super obvious, like it was with Paige.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
so this should be exciting to see who the first pick is and who the Wings will get.
Yeah, and who are like I think it'll be telling because there's not like a super obvious one that like which direction our coaching staff wants to move in. Or also, what they think our positional needs are.
Yeah, I still think it's somebody who can defend and shoot threes.
I mean, there's very few players like that anywhere.
Yeah, but you can still develop players.
Yeah, this is truth. But yeah, that's happening on. You said Monday.
Monday, April 13th.
Yeah, so exciting times. Other news.
Michigan won.
The
NCAA men's championship.
Yep. And
UCLA won for the NCAA women's championship.
That's pretty cool.
Really good game from both.
Mm-hmm.
I think unless UCLA on women's side just completely destroyed South Carolina, which I'm pretty sure that happened.
I can check if you want.
Okay, yeah, you can check. But the UConn and Michigan game for the men's, really good game.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people didn't expect Michigan to make it there.
No, I had Arizona winning.
Yeah,
and Michigan blew out Arizona.
Yeah, they did. UCLA destroyed South Carolina. Both number 1 seeds. UCLA won 79-51.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's what I pointed out. The Final Four for women's, all 4 teams were the number 1 seed, and that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Michigan ends up winning there. UCLA ends up dominating there. Pretty good, pretty cool. Other news, SC Dallas. No, we don't really talk soccer. I'm going to talk about it because after giving up, debatably, our best player in free agency, our goalkeeper, we have a pretty decent start to the season. One of the better starts in the last couple seasons. We are off to a 3-2-1 start. Only one game where we didn't end up with points. 6th in the league right now. And a pretty good energy about the team. So, just thought I should mention that. I think, Musa's having himself some good games. Our goalie, our most recent game, 4-0, we had a shutout. They have a good energy about them right now. It's for real. So, if you like soccer, if you like football,
watch the Renegades.
They play in the same stadium. Yeah. Any other news?
I think that's really it.
I think so as well. So that's what we're gonna call it. Sorry for any video issues. I don't think it happened again after we paused for that moment, but if it did, blame Isaiah. But thanks for watching. If you liked the video, liked the episode, like, share, and subscribe right here on YouTube. And then follow our socials, TikTok and Instagram, in the description below. And if you made it this far, you can comment
Depressed Mavs friend.
depressed Mavs fan, and then the sad horse emoji. Even though it doesn't exist, make one. Uh, but yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Go Stars.
Go Rangers. Go Renegades.
Go Renegades. Sad Mavs fan.